Wendy.
Hey,
Hey, you ready to review some more paranormal evidence?
always 100%.
That's good. I got to tell you, when I first started working on this case, which it's been months ago now, um, I didn't think there was anything there. And I was like, oh my God, what a bust. But I felt that way when I started reviewing it. But also at the same time, I had very low expectations going in because when we were there, like the energy just seemed so low. We didn't really seem to be getting anything. There were a couple of times you had felt like you saw something out of the corner of your eye, and then I had an Estes method, which made me sick. Surprise, surprise. But overall, when we were there, it just seemed like really nothing was going on. And I don't know if we felt that way because this was a 2 night case for us guys. So when Wendy and I usually meet up for one of our weekends to go on an investigation, we're usually going to hit a place and then we're going to hit another place, or we're going to stay at a place and investigate that place for multiple days. So we never just take a break and like do girly get togethers. Like we're never going to go to a concert.
What? That's not girly to just go and talk to ghosts in the dark?
Okay, my bad. It's totally us. It is totally us. I mean, like in a sense, a girly weekend kind of a,
Or just
we would go and just go to a vineyard and like just drink the whole day away. I mean, that sounds fun, but
we know of a haunted one, right? Like,
yeah, there's one that we definitely want to go to for
yeah.
sure. Um, but no, so I was just kind of giving a little backstory to anybody. When Wendy and I take our trips, which we do often, it's only to ghost hunt, and we like cram fest places in as much as we can. If we can do a location on a lockdown, we've got it. If we can take a tour of a place, we're doing it. So this is actually one place that Wendy surprised me with because I didn't know anything about it. And actually, the whole weekend was kind of a surprise to me. She kept it all secretive, super secretive. Um, so the case that I'm going to be reviewing tonight was actually the 1916 train depot in Globe, Arizona. So
Nice.
yeah, so don't get ready for snooze fest. Don't get your snuggie and your blanket and your pillow yet, because it really did turn out to have some good evidence. I was kind of shocked because, like I said, I started reviewing this and I'm like, this isn't gonna go anywhere. It did. I got a lot of EVPs, like a bunch. I even have one that's in Espanol, which was so fun because I've never, I don't think, got like a Spanish speaking spirit before.
Right? It's
So
hard to tell if sometimes we're getting EVPs that we can't make out and it's because they're talking in another language.
yeah,
So I've always been curious about that, but never know how to go about that because I can't make out enough of the sounds to even put
yeah,
it in like a Google Translate. But that is exciting to hear because, yeah, when we were at that location, we weren't feeling just a whole lot
yeah,
of feelings about
right.
anything going on. And we were there for a good long while. So you would think that if it is haunted, then we would walk away with something. So it's awesome to hear that we did.
Yes, yeah. I'm really excited to share it, especially since, like I said, when I started this case, I was like, I'm never going to finish this one. I'm going to fall asleep every time I try to review it. But no, I found some good stuff. So I'm excited to share. I guess I'll just get started with the smallest, I guess, of all of the things that I'm going to share with you. Here we go. First floor EVPs.
Energies, right?
Yeah,
There's always going to be different energies, right?
yeah,
There's always going to be different energies, right?
yeah.
That me at the end is so loud. Is that what I'm hearing? Like that's not us talking. So,
No. So it's me and you speaking together. Well, actually, I had brought up like how do you feel the energy is in a place where it's obviously a paranormal location, but you work there and there was an investigation that not the night before and you have to come into work. So I think you're either,
Energies, right?
yeah,
There's always going to be different energies,
that is you. There's always going to be different energies. And then over your voice,
right?
yeah, there was a man's voice that said you scratched me. Yeah,
There's always going to be different energies, right?
yeah,
There's always going to be different energies, right?
yeah. And I'm agreeing. That's me saying, yeah. Can you hear any of that?
yeah, yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
That's wild because we did not scratch them, for one thing.
No,
They are
no,
liars.
no.
We weren't mean to them at all. Oh,
No.
I just wonder what that message means. Like, if it's
Yeah.
visual or like, we don't know. We can't see them.
We
So,
can't see the well, it's funny to me because we're in the process of just getting our equipment and we're just kind of having conversation just to fill the emptiness of the room. I wonder if maybe, flipping up a tripod or
yeah.
slinging a backpack on if I got a ghost that was too close to me. I just thought I wasn't trying to scratch anybody. I'd never, purposely hurt a spirit or yeah, I thought that was funny. You scratched me. Or is it residual? Is it something that happened to somebody else and they're still reliving it, which is sucky, but okay. It's a pretty loud EVP too that came through, which was pretty surprising to get you scratched me.
Yeah.
Building, normal investigation has happened in your building. Normal investigation has happened in your building. Normal investigation has happened in your building where you
Yeah, so that was where I was saying that exactly the thing that I said a second ago. How would you, react to your building being investigated? How do you feel the energy is when you come back, from there being a paranormal investigation in your building, whatever. That's what I was getting at. And there's kind of like this, huh, that comes through. And I thought, oh my God, they don't even know that they're ghosts.
No.
Huh?
Your
Wait, what?
question was just like a bit too much for them. They're like,
Yeah. Huh?
huh? I don't, I guess they just don't really think about it?
Maybe, yeah, yeah. It's just a weird blurb. I'm not 100% sure that it was supposed to be a huh, or maybe it was a partial of
has
something
happened
else.
in your building. Normal investigation has happened in your building. Normal investigation has happened in your building where you
Huh, huh, huh. Okay, so then let's see. We're still okay. All of that was on the main floor. We move up to I guess it's there's only two floors in this place, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay, so we go up the stairs and we're kind of in, I guess, what would have been like, we thought maybe a postal room. It's right off the stairs. Like you go up the stairs and it's right to the left. And we kind of hunkered down in there for a little bit because I think we thought we heard some voices or some noises. Something had pulled us to this room. So while we're in there, and we spent a long time in there, so I chopped a big portion of this out. But then there's a voice that comes through at some point. Sounds like it looks like it's right around here.
can just get weak on you. But but uh, but my Sony's always
So, what's funny is we were, believe it or not, talking about having equipment issues and the different types of cameras that you've had and which one you like the most and this and that, which seems to be a theme for us whenever we go anywhere. But this kind of a deep voice comes through, which appears over and over again in some of the later clips. But I hear this bassy, keep her talking, kind of a man's voice.
That's funny. I wonder if they're like, they want us to be distracted so that they can fuck with our shit.
Maybe. That's interesting. There's an EVP that comes up. Yeah, it's right after this. It's coming up where it's directly related to equipment, or how we're handling it.
weak on you. But
I just wanted to play that one a couple more times. I think it's weird the way that the K is super enunciated. It's almost like they spit it out. Keep her talking.
Hmm.
but
But okay, so then there's another one that's in between the one that I had just mentioned, and I'm not 100% sure what this is. It's a noise that came up. We were in this closet for, like I said, a pretty good long time, and we heard cars. The road is right outside the door, basically. This building is not soundproof. I don't know how well you'll see it in this camera, but some of these walls are like barely holding on. They're thin. They're like there's no insulation. So like you could hear things outside pretty easily. So I clipped this and I said, okay, maybe it's a possible scream, but I don't know why, because I wasn't getting any kind of like negative, like screaming or like someone had been, hurt. that kind of a vibe. But just listen to this and tell me what you think.
But it is holding up and it would be great. But I guess I can order new I guess I can batteries.
You
Well,
know?
it's haunted for a reason, and it's not just
Yeah.
because people came and bought a train ticket. I'm sure accidents happened on the track, so I mean, I just
Ooh, yeah,
can't,
that's true.
right. I just can't recall what the story was of that place right now.
Well, there was a little boy there that had passed away, right? Didn't he get
Yes,
hit by a train? Right.
yes, yeah.
I don't know his full backstory. And I mean, shame on me because I should have done a little bit of research before the show, but I didn't get to. I know that there was a little boy that had passed away there. His name was Bert, or that's what we thought, or that's what we were told. I don't know how he died, if he was hit by a train or if he died at the train station by some other means. I don't know. But yeah, I heard that possible scream come through. And like I said, we were in that closet for a while and I heard cars and all kinds of stuff. That one just sounded different. So that's why I clipped it. The next one is the one that I was referring to. I think I need to play it a little bit longer.
I put this next to my room pod.
These are because you go out there with the REM pod. Well, actually, before that, we're talking about our equipment and which ones were expensive and all of that and the other. And then when you go to set it down, you said, oh, like you almost didn't. I don't know if you set it down completely or you set it down with something else, but the noise that it made, it sounded like you were almost like running into a spirit with whatever you had. Because then we got this watch it like kind of clip, like, hey, lady,
Yeah,
watch it.
that's a real interesting voice.
Yeah.
And again, we've talked about this before. That the ghosts must be right up on us.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they must be like, so we're of course just gonna bump into them because
Yeah.
it's like my fucking dog that follows me around all day, and you can't do anything without him being right there behind you.
Yep.
Um, the ghosts have to be the same because we're scratching them, we're bumping into them, and they're like, "Ugh, calm down, watch yourself."
Right.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't be on top of me. But that is an interesting voice for sure because we couldn't have made that, and had we heard that sound, we would have said something.
Right, right, exactly.
Hmm.
Um, no, so that's it's a good thing that you pointed that out. What I found interesting, this was just sort of like the introduction to the EVPs here, the six EVP set that I had. I get a lot of repeat voices. And I love that so much that when I hear an EVP and I'm like, wait, that sounds just like the guy I heard a second ago. Let me go back and listen to that. I'm like, you don't get very many bassy men EVPs, so it's that was a pretty obvious one. The watch it, I feel like she comes through a little later, and then even later on we get some repeat offenders. I do feel like we were kind of bumping into them, and then they were like, "Well, hey, what are you doing in my space? I guess I'll pay attention to what you're doing." It seemed like that was kind of what was really going on behind the scenes that we weren't aware of, which is really pretty darn cool. It actually makes this place a lot cooler in hindsight. There was a lot more going on. So that's all that I had for the six. I think I just continued to play it so that you could hear our voices a little bit more and distinguish, me from Wendy. Oh, wait. No, no, no. Oh my gosh. There's one more. We went back downstairs. Sorry, I almost missed this one's so cool. This doesn't make any sense either. We go back downstairs. We're on the main floor again. That's why it's completely black. I think we're picking up some new equipment. We're changing equipment out, whatever. We might have been snacking. I don't know. We're downstairs again. Yeah, I don't know. Who's Adam?
There's a ghost hunting group, I think out of Phoenix, but they're in Globe like all the time doing events. I wonder if they have like an Adam on their team, or it could just be somebody that lives in Globe that like comes there and cleans up or whatever.
Yeah,
That is interesting for sure. And
that's the
it's whispery, but it's
yeah,
clear to me. It's very
yeah.
clear.
That's how I felt. It's funny that I thought the same thing. I'm like, they're looking for some other ghost hunters, not us. Next time we go, we'll be like, you wanted Adam. Well, you got Chris and Wendy. But yeah, I thought, okay, maybe it's someone who works here. Since I was earlier talking about what's it like for employees to come back after a paranormal investigation, blah, blah, blah. We're back on the main floor and they're like, where is Adam? So I don't know. I thought that one was wild.
Yeah,
We want
it's
Adam.
so clear. It's just, other people. I have my headphones turned way up. That's why I'm always screaming into my microphone, by the way, guys, because I can't hear myself. But I hear it so clearly, even though she's like trying to whisper.
Yes. Yeah. I've got a few of them that are trying to whisper, or I've got them again, like we don't really know what the situation is. They could be a building or three across from us, and they picked up the phone and they got the paranormal line, and they're just coming through as loud as they possibly can, but to us it comes through super low. I'm just super excited, and I feel really fortunate to have caught these EVPs in a place where like I didn't have any kind of radar or sense going on about this location at all. So let me move on to, okay, so that was, like I said, that was a little appetizer.
Stop. So it's
Appetizer EVPs. This one I've got, it's called 10 plus EVPs. And that's because the last one is so much. There's so much going on. So we'll have to probably talk about that a few times. But all right, so
it says it has no battery.
that's interesting.
It's a ghost camera.
We're back on the top floor, the second floor, but you can see the stairwell is right there to the right. You can't see the room that we were in previously. It's behind us, but we're making a left and we're going into this other room just to kind of document the layout of the land. And I think Wendy, I don't know, at this point in time, I don't know if you were doing a full-on recording, but at some point we'll hear you talking to the camera about different areas of the building.
Yeah, for real. See how long it lasts.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought some of the noise. So yeah, I thought some of the noise. So yeah.
So I don't know what he thought was rude, but what you said before that, and I can rewind it and play it, but you're talking about I think your battery is dead, or showing that there's no battery, but your camera's still working. So it's a ghost camera. I don't know if he thought that was rude or if we just like bumped right into him. Maybe this is the guy that we scratched.
Yeah, who knows how they take what we're saying out of context.
Yeah.
But that, or like we said, we can't see them. We're obviously getting in their way, so maybe it's something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. See how long it lasts.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought some of the noise. So yeah, I thought some of the noise. So yeah, I thought some of the noises could be coming from in here.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about. We'd heard noises. We stayed in that little post office room for a while and didn't feel anything, didn't hear anything. So that's why we're moving on. So let me scooty up a little bit here.
They don't seem to get evidence in the rooms you have to stand.
So, yep, there it is. I got a very breathy high after underlay, but not
In every room that has a couch or chairs or something in it.
all we were doing was moving through the rooms. And at this moment, we're actually talking about our theory is that haunted rooms are only rooms that have places for you to sit. So if if there's a couch, that's the room that's haunted. If there's no couch or no chair, nah, don't worry, don't waste your time. So that's what we're talking about. And then I get this on delay, which I mean that's like speeding Gonzalez. That's like hurry up, right?
Right.
And I don't know if that's a hurry up to us or if that was again a residual. But then the high comes through too, and like, lady, who are you talking to, Mr. Andalay or us?
And they don't seem to get evidence in the rooms you have to stand.
Suspicious.
A little bit.
Oh, and I wanted to point out, in case you heard it just then, there's a woo, woo, woo kind of like a weird noise that happens a lot, and it's definitely me walking. It's either the floorboards or my squeaky shoes, I'm not sure, but if you caught it right after I said suspicious.
Suspicious.
A little bit.
I heard it so many times throughout this recording that I'm like, that can't be anything supernatural. I feel like it always happens when I'm moving. It has to be either the floorboards or my shoes. So if you happen to catch that, it sounds like that kind of a weird squeaky noise on the floorboard. I don't know how else to do it. All right, so now I'm going to have to start playing these clips a little longer because there's some context behind the EVPs. I feel like that they start actually giving us some answers. Let me scoot maybe here. Let's see.
Room after room that you walk through. And then there's a hallway too, but every room is connected. So we just walked through like 4 rooms. And then this room is the room that Bert didn't want us in.
Right. Was not a fan of it.
So yeah, there's a tiny little voice that comes through at that point that says no. And I was like, hey, maybe that was Bert that time, because it's just such a soft, tiny little voice that comes through. Also from this case, and I think I've already understood that from past cases, just all the evidence review that we've done. Wendy, I think I'm allergic to ghosts. Like I hear myself sniffling and coughing through all these videos, and I'm like, that's my radar. That's my Buffy the Vampire Slayer radar. And when I start sniffling, ghosts are around. Just so you know.
I thought about this when I was reviewing my stuff, and I just think you have really bad allergy problems.
I do. Well, you know that. I have really, really bad allergy problems. I mean, there are some basements that we go into, and it's like I can't stop coughing. Whatever those spores that float around in the air. But maybe it's not allergies. Maybe it's ghosts. I'm just saying, like.
Well, like you just told everybody, that's all that we do together. So I would not know.
All right, so that was that one. I'm going to keep playing this because then there's another one right after.
But I just don't know if it was the lamp that scared him.
Right.
He said that the other spirits here do bully him. So, yeah, that's not cool. Maybe they hang out in here a lot.
It was a different no that time, but it was like, no, we don't hang out in here.
I was just going to say that one wasn't as soft. So you wonder if it's a different person, like an older person, or are they just elevating their voice now?
Right. I don't know. I don't know. Hell, we're not there. So it's not like I can run back into the building and ask them, hey, I got this EVP. What did you mean? Are you so now I just have to speculate. And on my side, I felt the same, that the voice sounded like a different octave. It was a different pitch. So I felt like it was a different voice that was coming through altogether. Or the child voice that I got before, that child aged into a young adult, just like they do on Stranger Things, without giving you any, forewarning. But yeah, so I got those 2 no's in a row. Not like a no, don't come in here. No, we don't want you. Just answering a question. It's what it seemed like to me. All right. So this next one actually might make sense or it might not. It just depends on how much creativity you want to put into this one. Imagination.
And then there's the rim pod at the end of the, and then there's the rim pod, and then there's the rim pod.
Yeah, so the reason why I said it might make sense, it might not, depending on how much creativity or imagination you want to put into it. So Wendy is actually, this is when she's walking through the hallway and she's describing this room, that room, and where certain pieces of equipment are. She says, and there's the REM pod. And then we get, that's the passport. I don't know if they think Wendy's REM pod is a passport or if it's something that we're holding and it's actually talking about one of our pieces of devices or what it is that they're actually referring to. But then right after that, the bassy voice man comes through and seems to like kind of agree with them.
It could be residual too. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, because it's a train station. I mean, I know that's not where you show your passport, I guess, but maybe you do if you're getting on a train to go into like Mexico or whatever. But yeah, it could just be residual, but maybe passport is not the exact word. Maybe it's like they think the REM pod or the stairs is a portal. A lot to
maybe.
speculate about and make stories up.
Oh, right, exactly. There's a whole lot that we could talk about on this one. I thought residual too, that would kind of make sense as a train depot. We don't actually know what these offices would have been used for. Maybe someone working on something, looking through someone's background, making sure that they have the proper clearances. That's the passport. I don't know. It could have been something like that, like you suggested, residual. Or they could have been talking about like some junk that we have, and they're like, that's the passport. The fact that someone kind of agrees with them, I thought was cute.
There's the REM pod at the end of and then there's the REM pod, and then there's the REM pod off at the top of the stairs, and then that has gone off.
Okay, so I honestly don't know why I clipped that one so many times. I just really wanted to hammer it home. So, anyways, I'm going to jump on down the hallway. We end up back in the room where we did the Estes method. And I get another voice in here, which is pretty cute, actually. It's a soft voice.
There is a light in this room too.
I don't know how well you can hear it.
I definitely hear it. I was trying to hear those exact words, and I'm not sure that I am, but you definitely hear something. You definitely hear a whisper. It is like that, that's the right amount of syllables and everything.
Mhm.
So I'm here makes sense. Maybe it goes too quick that I wasn't getting it, but
It is
um,
fast and it is very soft. It doesn't help that there's a
no,
lot of noise
no.
underneath it too.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I
Yeah.
now I'm hearing the I'm for sure.
Yeah, so I thought that was cute. I'm here. It is really quiet. And like I said, there's a ton of noise. And just me putting all of my equipment down on this desk.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here. Okay, so I thought that one was really cute. Where am I? I don't know. Let's see what comes up next.
Very nauseous at the end of
God,
it,
yeah.
but
Oh, yeah. Okay. So then we're kind of wrapping up. You're recording, and I think you're telling people what we did in this room. And of course, like I said before, I got nauseous after the Estes method.
for anybody that's ever done a spirit box session and you do it for a long period of time and you're getting a lot of words, I think it is you're getting a lot of words. I think it is you're getting a lot of words. I think it is you're
That one's kind of questionable. There's definitely a voice with a long syllable, but I'm not 100% sure that, in my opinion, that it's saying home. Maybe it's something else and I just can't make it out, but you can tell that there's another voice going on there.
done a spirit box session and you do it for a long period of time and you're getting a lot of words. I think it is you're getting a lot of words. I think it is you're getting a lot of words. I think it is you're
I
Home, home,
mean,
home.
that's what I would say.
That's what
So,
you're saying,
yeah.
yeah. Again, it makes sense. It's we're at a train station. There could have been someone going home. Maybe that's what they were saying. All right. So this part, we're like I said, we're just wrapping up. We're packing up, and a lot of stuff happens here. So I'm just gonna play it through.
I wish the ghost would have fucking showed up for the podcast listeners. I know, that would have been cool. Like at the very end, and they're just like, bye. Maybe they did.
We were kind of just talking shit about them, but
Yeah, I know.
okay.
Wait, but there's more. So that voice came through, and then
All we ever wanted to be was famous. I don't know, famous. I don't know, famous. I don't know.
and they're right. They did come through.
They're like, I'm right here. You're talking
Yeah.
like you don't see me.
It's so funny because so I didn't play it. As a matter of fact, I skipped past it. When I sat my GoPro down here on this table, it did this weird slow shifting. And I'm like, wow, what the hell is it doing? What the hell is it doing? And I'm like, oh, that can't be paranormal. I'm sure the GoPro was trying to find something to focus on, right? But then I got those EVPs and it's like, was it following? Was it, wait, was there a ghost there? And it was like, I'm watching you. I got some voices, but I don't see anything. I
That
can,
would
let
be
me see.
that would be totally cool. Like, because the gimbals do that, right? Like
Yeah, they do.
they'll do face recognition or whatever, and then they'll follow you.
They follow
We
you.
we could try that, but it'd probably just bear. We would never believe it. We would just be
Right.
like, "Oh, this shit's garbage."
Right. I mean, unless a ghost talks directly into it and it's like, I'm here, y'all can't
Yeah.
see me, ha ha ha. But here's that part that I was talking about. Oh, it's just I just wanted to play that one more time for you. It's just after that. Eventually I'll set it down. There you go. Now you can tell.
And
See how it's
this
like,
is the office where we were getting spirit box answers. Oh, Chris also got very nauseous at the end of it.
Yeah.
But for anybody that's ever done a spirit box session, and you do it for a long period of time, and you're getting a lot of words, I think
it was just very slowly shifting. So I don't know. I didn't write that as being a paranormal occurrence. I thought it was weird. I love that the spirits came through at the end, how we're like, motherfuckers, y'all didn't show up for us. We did this whole show just for y'all. And they're like, thanks. And then the other one was like, no, we did come through. We did. You know? So maybe there was something to it, but most likely there wasn't anything to that. It was just the camera doing its thing. So then there's more here at the end. I think this is, yeah, there's a whole lot going here. I don't even know what to say about this. I'm just going to let it play through.
word light never went off. It's weird. So I'm like, I don't know. Like when the gas tank has been on E for
Yeah, right.
What?
Ghost. Bye-bye. See how weird that was? That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. I want to be famous. Now I am.
Are you serious? That's not the way you edit. Is that the way you
No,
edited
no,
it?
no, 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 no.
Okay, okay.
I didn't mean for it to like just take me away like Calgon, like poof, and she's got no, that was the sorry, I was just joking.
I
I
was
gotta
like,
remember that I'm on a paranormal show here.
I mean, I thought that it was editing, but
It was.
I'm not that gullible, but
No, no.
I think I was hoping.
Yeah, no. Shoot, that would I would have sent that to you way before the show. I thought that I had edited it better, but whatever. I don't know what to say. I'm always the ghost in these episodes.
Do that. I'm just gonna dump this down the sink, but it doesn't look like the sink has been used in a couple.
Okay, we're cleaning up. I have energy drinks. I'm talking about I went to the bathroom to go and empty the drink out. But Wendy heard a voice and she says, "Was that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was talking to myself and this is what I said."
I'm just gonna dump this down the sink, but it doesn't look like the sink has been used in a couple of years, so I'm not really sure that it's working properly, so I don't want to do that.
It's a lot. Let me rewind it. So first of all, I do get a little giggle there because I said I don't want to be known as the ghost hunter that, or actually, I'm not sure if I said it or if I'm about to say it, but I was talking about I didn't want to stop up the drain in the 1916 train depot. So there was a kind of a laugh there. I don't know if they were laughing at me. Then there's another voice that comes through and it says capo. And I really wasn't sure what the hell they were talking about. I did look that up. And it is, if you look up the slang version in Spanish, it means boss. The not slang version means like hood of a car. So it's one of the, you just take the pick. Um, and then there's someone that's kind of like, don't forget your bag, and someone else is like, pack, like right, like there's like all of these voices. So this is a lot. This is a whole lot to digest. So I'm just gonna play it again.
It doesn't look like the sink has been used in a couple of years, so I'm not really sure that it's working properly, so I don't want to do that.
At first, Capone, I thought he said Capone, and I'm like I went. There's no way Al Capone didn't have anything to do with this, but I did do a little history just to make sure, and no. So maybe it is a name, and it's not Capone, but I don't know what else that word could be. Listen to it and don't read the words, and close your eyes, and just let your senses bring forth whatever word you think it is. I definitely needed help with that one. So if you think it says something else, it's fine. But yeah, there's just a whole lot going on there, Wendy.
It's crazy. There is so much going on. And we're packing up to leave, and all of a sudden they're like, thanks, go home, have a good evening.
Don't
Don't
forget your
forget a
shit.
shit. See you later,
Everybody,
boss.
basically,
Yeah.
yes, everybody joined in. And when we were wrapping up the show, we get the I'm here, and the thanks. And yeah, no, we were here the whole time. And they're like, oh, you guys are leaving? You're not Adam. I don't care. Yeah.
So sorry
I
to
don't,
disappoint them.
so I've never gotten Spanish words, but I don't think I've ever had that many voices all at the same time. Like they were all just like right up on us, just like you
Yeah.
said. They were there in that room that whole time. And who knows, maybe with the spirit box, maybe they were really intrigued by that and watched. So they just hung out and waited to see what else we were going to do.
Yeah, I do believe that. I feel like that happens to us a lot is we like you go in with an experiment you're gonna do like a spirit box or you get the dowsing rods going or you bring out a meter or something and just like a cat or whatever, it takes them a while to like warm up. They're like,
For sure.
I don't know, do I want to? And
Yeah.
then that's why at the end of the night, they're all freaking chatty and stuff because they're like, you guys actually seem kind of okay.
Yeah. 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 That's so true. I didn't really know what order to put these in. So yeah, that does kind of wrap up the night for us. But I do have some more to show you, which happened in between all of that. But the next things that I'm going to show you, which is funny because you just mentioned dowsing rods. You did a dowsing rod session in one of the other rooms. We weren't really sure what that room was used for, but it was a big open space. It was really kind of cool. Had some couches, had some globes. They made it look like a cool kind of a meeting place. So that being said, I had to clip that video into two different videos. So we're going to watch it twice, not fully, because there's only a couple of things that I wanted to point out visually that I didn't want to take away from me having to edit the EVPs in multiple times. So let me get to that. All right. So again, here we are in this really cool room. What I'm going to show you is something strange, and this could be my crackpot corner because I always feel like when I find stuff like this, and I think that it's a little strange that this is where people are like, this bitch is Looney Tunes. I don't know. I'm not a technical wizard. I'm not even a wizard.
What? I am disappointed.
I'm filming Wendy with this dowsing rods, and before we did the dowsing rods, I did the pendulum, but I wasn't like holding the camera and doing the pendulum at the same time. So I don't personally have footage of that. I'm recording Wendy doing the dowsing rods, and while I'm recording her, across from her, there's some weird wiggling, glitching happening, and it's only in one part of the room. And why I thought it was even more fascinating is that while you're doing the pendulums, you say, I keep having these shadows come out of the corner of my eye. you said it multiple times in this clip. So I thought that, okay, maybe I'm not that big of a crackpot. I don't know. I'm putting this on YouTube, so I'm sure the world will let me know.
Okay, but they told you no, right?
Twice when I asked them if it was a spirit, they said no.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
Blah, 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 blah. That's just me explaining everything that I just told you. Let me just scoot it on up so you can see where I'm telling you to keep
so
your
what
eyes.
we've learned is that there's a few spirits in here, and they're railroad
I don't know if I can. Let me, ooh, can I? There we go. Is that better?
Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
employees.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So one of the things that I just blah, blah, blahed over, Wendy, you had just said, okay, a couple of the things that we just learned is that there's multiple spirits in here and that they're railroad employees. Like, okay, cool. So that's fabulous. We already got that down. Something happens kind of right away, but then it doesn't happen again for like a minute.
I'm trying to recreate it. Did I just actually see a shadow in the doorway? See a shadow in the doorway? They're like, no, I don't
Did you see it?
No, play it again.
see a shadow in the doorway.
You don't see how like the screen kind of like glitches there?
Did I just actually see a shadow in the doorway? See a shadow in the doorway?
Now you're not looking at the doorway. You're looking at basically between the two desks.
Yes, I am looking there.
Okay.
Remember when we first started ghost hunting and you would like show me pictures and I would be like, I need circles. 'Cause
Yeah, I know.
I
Well,
think
so
this is where I think I'm the worst ghost hunter ever because I need like, where do you want my eyes to be? And
yeah,
exactly, don't, you need to tell me. But who knows? I'm certain you're seeing something. I'm just the worst at this.
it's I've like fought with myself on how to like correctly kind of show this because it's a video and I didn't want to do too much editing to it because I didn't want someone to say, well, I mean, you're editing the video over and over again. You're adding these things. So clearly that's probably interfering with it. So I did add some text. And before anything happens, I said, hey guys, kind of pay attention to like just this section of the room.
Hmm.
When I blow it up, it's just that section of the room again getting bigger. Um, so you didn't see it the first time. It happens again a couple more times, but I feel like it doesn't happen as intense every time. So if you didn't see it that time, you're gonna have a hard time seeing the other times that it happens.
Play it again from when it's like at a distance, like this. Like play that because I thought I saw something when you
Yeah.
did that before.
Oh,
That's right.
and also your don't focus on your dowsing rods too, because that kind of tripped me up a few times too, because they're kind of in sight with the door.
Hmm.
I'm trying to recreate it. Did I just actually see a shadow in the doorway? See a shadow in the doorway? They're like, no.
The other day at Christmas, we were playing like look at this image and see if you can see the dragon. And
Oh,
I'm just staring at it and I'm like, I don't see it.
that's
But like
oh no,
everybody else saw it. Well, actually,
oh
me
no.
and my mother-in-law didn't see it,
Oh,
but like multiple other people saw it. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. So,
all right. Well,
again, I believe you. I trust you. I bet you other people are like, how does she not see it? She's played it like 5 times.
it's not about that. I mean, maybe it's the way that you're going to have to see it through this program. Maybe if you were looking at it on your own monitor instead of looking at it through this, it might be a little more clear. So I'm just gonna go jump to the other ones, and if you see them, you see them. If you don't, you don't. It's no big deal. I just thought it was cool because you mentioned like twice in this video that you keep seeing something out of the corner of your eye, and the way that you're facing, and even just then when you were trying to recreate it, with your glasses, like you're moving your head side to side, like
Mhm.
you're looking in that direction. So it would be coming from one of those two sides, you know?
What's really weird is before you zoomed in, like the first
Mhm.
time you played it, I could have swore I saw like a little flash of light. That's why I wanted you to redo it.
Yeah.
But just more over on like showing it through this program and blah blah blah, all the right
Yeah.
settings. Just like how we talk about some of our EVPs are so low that you need to have headphones on, you need to have the volume way up.
Yep.
A lot of the times watching some of these videos, you need to have a darker room.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
and my room is very bright and yours is not, so I might just have too much light right now. And the way we're looking at this, I don't know how you guys are seeing it because it's the first time we've used this program, but the screen is like, I don't know, 3 by 7 on it. No, that's
Oh,
not,
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
So
on
it's a
my
split
monitor,
screen.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's in this small little box. So if I had it
Mm.
on full screen and I had a darker room, I might have
Oh,
a better
yeah.
shot. So recommendations, if you're not
I wonder,
seeing, for the people watching this, if you're not seeing it, maybe use dimmer light and make sure it's like a full screen.
I'm going to try. You're right. I completely forgot about that. When I was looking at this as a small image, I couldn't see it at all.
Oh,
All right. So I think you're going to not see my face right now. I'm just going to just share just the image. I hope it helps, but I couldn't see it in a small box either, Woody. I didn't even consider that. So let me see. Where was the first one? See if it helps. Maybe right here.
Created. Did I just actually see a shadow in the doorway? See a shadow in the doorway?
No, didn't help.
I think I
Oh,
did see something then. So
oh,
you're just saying that it's like a little just
blip.
glitch. Yeah.
Yeah, a weird
Okay.
glitchy blip. It's
Yeah.
just a shiver, a weird thing. And I'm like, how is that? Yes. Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna leave it in this screen then for the rest of just this clip so you can continue to see these weird little blips. Oh, and by the way, there are EVPs here. I'll play those in the next clip. So if you hear a whisper, we'll get to it.
You really enjoyed it, and that's why you love this place. Thank you.
I think I did that way early.
I'm kind of, no. Okay. Yeah. So it does look more like a communal space. Was this your office? No. Okay. Yeah. So it does look more like a communal space. Is that right? Like for all employees? Employees? Okay. Yeah. You come in here, everybody would get some work done or
Are you able to see it still doing that weird shivering thing?
Yes. I am definitely seeing it now for sure.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
cool.
that is so bizarre.
I
And cause because it's just like, why is it happening over there?
Right. Why is it only happening over there? I thought the same thing. And like at some points, like I'm just staring at this chair and I'm like, is this chair wobbling? And I don't ever see this chair wobble. I'll see basically this area between the two desks kind of shiver and shake. And at one point, it seems to coincide with some EVPs that I get.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
I will put this out there. Not that I know it. I'm asking for help, is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, Again, if you've never watched our other videos, Chris and I did not go to film school or anything. So if this can be easily explained away by some kind of
Yeah.
camera light situation, you tell us. The light is on, the lights are on, period,
Hmm.
in this room, and I guess they're on in that other room. Um, and
Hmm.
then there's some kind of camera. What are you filming with?
I'm using my cell phone.
Okay, because I'm like, your Sony's down there, so you must
Yeah.
have your cell phone. And then I have to have a camera. Oh, that's my Canon over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I felt like there was something else on that desk, but who
There,
knows?
there is. There's the laptop is right here. Is my laptop with my SLS device is right there.
That's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So let us know if any of those things could be causing this. I don't see Sony's not being used. The Canon is probably dead because the camera light's not even on and it doesn't
Right,
record for that long. I can't say for sure if it is or isn't, but I don't think it would be doing it. So between the phone and the SLS,
right.
I don't know.
But
So,
also, with that being said, because I have the same question to anyone who's technical enough that can share some insight. Why doesn't it continuously happen like the entire time? If it's a if I was getting constant text messages or emails, then maybe that is some sort of interference here. But I couldn't say that I was. We weren't talking about it. Usually, if I'm getting some kind of alerts or something on my phone, I am talking to Wendy, so I would assume that I put it in airplane mode. But I don't know. It's been since 2024, April of 2024, and I can't really remember how far back that was, what I did at that time. I don't even document whether I put it on airplane mode or not, but who's to say?
I remember this might have been like the first time I've ever I like had my REM pod. And I had never heard it go off before. No, actually, I think the
Oh,
Conjuring House. No, this that was after this.
yeah,
Anywho, at one point in time, the REM pod was sitting on that table and it went off and it scared the shit out of us. And then you looked down at your phone and you had an email notification.
okay.
So I remember your phone was on, but I think after that you were like, oh my bad, and put it in airplane
And put it in
mode.
airplane mode.
I don't even see the
Huh.
REM pod. I have no idea where it is at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm certain it would have been like one of the first things we would have like pulled out and set up, you know?
Yeah.
So that whole scenario has probably already happened. Yeah.
Right. If the REM pod isn't there, and I don't know, I guess maybe when you get to look at your evidence, because I think when I did the pendulum, I think that you were filming me with something.
Yeah.
I don't know if the REM pod was on at that point in time, but I don't know. So it could be paranormal, or it might just be weird glitching things with the wonderful technology. I'll just play this last one. I think is all I have, anyways. There's two more. Um, they don't seem to be consistent, the same
Rest and like kind of a break room.
kind of wobbles. Again, it's all the way far away
Man,
across the
I
room.
cannot stop seeing shadows out of the corner of my eyes today.
Oh, good.
And there you are again. And also, I mean, if it was the emails coming through, how come the whole fucking camera isn't shaking? How come it's not shaking everything?
First off, I never ever would think that it's your emails. If anything, I just think it's the SLS in your cell phone, like the
Yeah,
camera
like
of your cell
connected.
phone. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing with the fact that you have internet going. So that's the only that because I don't that wouldn't cause that.
Hmm.
We have our phones on us and not they're not always in airplane mode. We have
Right.
families, so sometimes
Yeah.
we have to be able to know if they're
Yeah.
their email what you know what I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
texting us. I don't think it's that at all. uh and why the hell do I keep seeing shit out of the corner of my eyes? That's not very normal
I
for me
know. I
either.
know. I know. I know. That's why I'm saying this is weird. It might not be paranormal, but there are things that seem to, I don't know, everybody was on board. If my camera was glitching, it was on board with you seeing shadows. The dowsing rods are giving you answers, which are also really weird, but not really the same things that the EVPs are saying to us. There's just so much going on in this room. And I do have the SLS camera on the other side of the room. And I mean, you know how if you're using your night vision camera with your IR light and you happen to point it towards another IR light, it blinds your camera. So I thought, well, maybe that's kind of what's going on, but how come it doesn't happen all the time? I'm facing that direction, and how come it's only happening on one side of the room? So I have no idea. It's just weird. It's weird shit. It could be fucking aliens. We are in the desert. They love the desert.
Maybe
So
ghosts are aliens. We haven't, really talked about that theory, but it's out
yeah,
there.
it is. It's true. That's another theory. So okay, it's ghost aliens, all of it. I've only got one more of this, I think. I don't know. I put my pictures in the way, but you get the gist of what's going on. Wendy's seeing
Did you
shadows.
happen to see our shirts?
Oh.
No? They're funny. Did you happen to see our shirts? No? They're funny. Thank you.
And that time it seemed like it was more on the laptop than anything else, almost as if it had kind of moved down a little bit.
Did you happen to see our shirts?
Oh no, actually I just moved. It was still happening on the doorway.
They're funny. Thank you.
All right, so that was the dowsing rod session with camera glitches. I said no EVPs, but there are clearly EVPs. There was just a way for me to distinguish the two videos from one another. Let me stop sharing that and then find the next video for you. Okay, so this is the full video, but I have edited it to add the EVPs in multiple times so that you can get the full effect. You know, you can't just have it once, you can't just have it twice, you got to have it 3 times, unless you luck out like you did last time and you get it 4 times. So here's to the EVPs during the dowsing rod session. I think it's really interesting. I did make notes if you want to talk about it. The question and answers that you got for the dowsing rods. I do think that you were maybe communicating with one entity and everybody else was chiming in. It's like it's a whole gaggle of people here. All right, so let's get started.
They told you no, right?
Twice when I asked them if it was a spirit, they said no.
Okay. All right.
We asked if it was a dog.
Do you think it was a dog that made that noise? Okay. It did sound like a dog bark the first time. Thank you. Thank you.
And I just said this in the last video, but just as a reminder, I did a pendulum session just before Wendy's doing the dowsing. And the information that I got was that there were a few spirits in the room and that they were railroad employees. So that's what Wendy was just referring to right there. I'm going to skip a little bit. I think the first one doesn't happen until a minute in.
I'm trying to recreate it. Did I just actually see a shadow in the doorway? They're like, no, I don't know. Okay. You know, these glasses, they do play tricks on me sometimes. Just checking. So is one, okay. So is, okay. So is,
I forgot to mention that too last time. I keep getting these EVPs that almost sound like, you know, a paper straw going through the plastic lid. It's so they were tough. They were tough
to make out what they're saying. I mean, but you could definitely tell that something is there. But yeah, they're a little like wispy. So, you know, and maybe those aren't the exact words, but you definitely hear the sit down. It's just so crazy. What are they talking about? Like,
I feel like someone has come kind of next to us or in between us and they're watching. There's some voices that we get later on that I don't feel are with us, but these little whispery, like straw on the lid of the styrofoam cup, whatever, they come through a lot. And it sucks because theirs are like the hardest ones to make out. I'm like, speak up, damn it. I can't understand you.
Did you love your job? That's great. That's great. Not everyone loves their job. So it's good to hear that you really enjoyed it and that's why you love this place. Thank you. Some kind of noise over there by that desk.
I forgot to play that in the last clip, but yeah, you noted it's kind of just a ding, just a pop or something that you heard by the desk, by the area that I have no idea why there's weird glitching going on, but.
Was this your office? No. Okay. Yeah.
See, you got a different answer. Yes, exactly. Someone else is like, no. And then there's a man in the background like, yes, that's my office. Get out.
Uh, so for people watching this again, it's faint. You're gonna have
Oh
to
yeah.
have your volume really up, but
Oh yeah.
to me it's very clear what it's saying. And about the pop, we were in this building, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. It's 5 hours, I think. And it didn't make a whole lot of noises. So yes, 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 it could be the temperature changing, blah, blah, blah. But we noted every time we did hear sound, and that didn't happen that often, just so you know.
No, no, that's what I'm saying. Like when I was walking around on the floor, it got pretty obvious. Okay, that the floor is creaky. I mean, you look at it right
Oh
there.
yeah.
I mean, it's old floor. So the floor is creaky. It makes noise. We are sitting perfectly still, and that noise came from a different part of the room.
Yeah. And when Chris was talking about how it's very noisy, like you can hear outside noise and stuff, that's how when we were at the beginning when we were talking about some van outside, we could hear them pull up. I don't know that it's so much that the building is not super solid. It had a ton of windows
That's
everywhere.
true. Yeah.
So, yeah, the floors were creaky though, because I think they're like OG floors, you know.
That's true. You can see, you'll see outside this window, some cars on like the interstate or something driving by every now and then, but I
Hmm.
don't think you can hear them. They're actually way off in the distance. But yeah, the van I think was even just outside this window down below in the parking lot. I think this is the window that we were like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I was very nosy in their business because first off, I just wondered if they were going to try to, were they like trying to be like ghost hunters and were they about to start looking in the windows or
Yep.
pulling on the doors? Not at all. They were smoking weed. And
Yeah.
why they had to do that in the parking lot of the train station, I'm not sure. It is legal here in Arizona. I guess whoever they live with, it doesn't like it because they just smoked their weed and then they left. They were like watching a show on their phone. I wondered
Pretty
if they were
much.
about to
Yeah.
get like sexual too, and we could totally see everything.
Yeah.
But nope, they just watched TV and smoked and then left.
Yeah, they must have like literally thought that place was dead. So they're like, no one's gonna see us. We'll
Yeah,
be fine.
I'm certain they had no idea we were in there.
They had two very panicky ghost hunters watching them. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm taking pictures of the van as much as possible so that I can post it wherever. But this was the last place we were, and these were the last people we saw. Well, anyways, all right, I'm gonna keep on playing.
So 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 it does look more like,
Sorry, I jumped right into it. So it's kind of, let me get your ears back in tune. It's another whispery
okay,
EVP.
yeah. So 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 it does look more like,
Yeah, see, I love how the graphic with that lines up with all the wiggling going on. That's why I didn't want to put the EVPs on the same video with what was going on with the camera, because to me it just looks like I added an effect.
Yeah, well, that would be like too much
so
going on.
Exactly.
so so it does look more like a communal space. Is that right? Like for all employees? Man, I cannot stop seeing shadows out of the corner of my eyes today.
Oh, good.
Um, did you happen to see our shirts? No, no, no. Oh, well, they're funny.
So it's the whispery voice that's next to me again. The come stand on this side, I can hear pretty clearly. The width of view was a little weird because it's almost like they got distracted because it's almost like come stand on this side with a view. I don't there like when he said there are windows all around, but I actually thought because the voice is starting to come in so much more clear, like I'm not having that hard of a time hearing these voices. I thought maybe they're talking about the view through my camera. Come stand on this side with the view.
I don't know. I think that we're like putting on a show for them,
Mhm.
basically. And maybe they're just talking about us.
Yeah, maybe. There's another one. I do think that they talk about something in the room that's related to us here pretty soon.
Do you wish that you could go home? Okay, yeah, okay, okay.
I thought,
No, I do not mean my house.
what do you mean
If,
your home?
what do you mean? Your home? Can I go to your house? No.
When I first heard that, I thought it said, "What do you mean go home?" But the more I heard it, I heard a your instead of a go. What do you
hmm
mean your home? So I don't know if she misheard you when you were asking, "Do you want to go home?" Did maybe she thought you said, "Do you want to go to my home?" What do you mean your home?
Well, I mean, maybe she's just misunderstanding the question.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
but who knows? Maybe one of those words are off, but it's low. You'll need to have your
Mhm.
volume up and have your headphones on.
Mhm.
It definitely sounds female to me, though. You could make that out, and I feel like
Mhm.
you can make out those words. Like
Mhm.
it's so, I love it because it connects with exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, she picked up on something you were saying, and she's like, "Well, hold on a second." She comes through again, and all she's got is questions for us.
You. And
Interesting.
It's my whispering friend again sitting next to me, and all I can hear is it's a serious cocktail. And I thought, what the fuck? What does that mean? It's a serious cocktail. So this is the whispering voice that I feel like is the one that was like, come stand, back over here or come to this side with the view. And I thought, wait a second, are they talking about my energy drink, my C4? Is that a serious cocktail?
Well, I think
I
that
mean,
might be true. Like,
that
I don't drink energy drinks. I do nothing but coffee. But my oldest likes energy drinks, but she drank like the tiniest amount of your energy drink and was like, "Damn." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Crispy finishing those off all the time."
so that's the only thing I could think that they're referring to, which I love. But the EVP is really low, and again, I'm coughing over it, so it sucks because I really wish I could have heard that one better, but that's all I can tell you. Hopefully, they're talking about my C4. I think that's cute.
and do
I think that was
you?
me.
Yeah, I think so. Is your home in globe? No? Okay. Is your home in Miami? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
We're here.
I think they're kind of like, what do you not get about this? This is where we
Yeah,
live. Why do you keep asking these things?
right. Yeah.
Chris hasn't seen Miami yet. We're gonna drive through there tomorrow. Uh, are you a male? Okay. That's cool. So are you a female? Uh, okay. Are you human?
It's there, guys. I promise. Here, I'll just rewind it and I'll whisper it. Which one? Which one? Which one? I don't know. I can't hear it this time, but I heard it 1,000 times before. But it is not there right now. It was there before. But that's like the last one, and that was the lady that I said, she just has a bunch of questions for us. So I don't know why I couldn't hear anything that time.
Are you human?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I put that in the wrong spot. Maybe she said it before. I don't know.
Okay.
ghost hunter drama. But anyways, that was actually the last EVP that I got. This, even though it's not where it says it is, you'll just have to pretend with me. This goes on for a little bit longer because we start talking about how we don't really feel anything in this room. I said that it was interesting that you saw shadows, and you're like, yeah, but like there's just nothing going on in here. Um, and like lo and behold, underneath all of it, there were voices just waiting to be heard. They were waiting for their time to shine. I didn't do any playback while I was there. I learned my lesson. I'm going to have to start doing that a lot more.
Well, you say like you'll have to start reviewing while you're there, but this was all on your camera. We wouldn't review that. But
No, but I could have had a recorder out and I could have done like a burst session like we did at the museum in Acadia, the Acadia Ranch. That's what it's called. So I mean, that's what I'm referring to. Obviously,
right.
I'm not going to pull out my phone and start listening to it. I'm only using my phone right there because it's what I had at the time. I wanted something to use to record. I mean, my camera's also sitting right there, but maybe it was dead. I'm not really sure. I looked at all of the videos and the pictures and things that I had on the memory card for the time that we were there, and I didn't use it to take any video. If I did, the camera ate it or the ghost ate it or the aliens or Bigfoot, whoever, it just disappeared off of my SD card. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm referring to. I mean, I just need to be a little bit more proactive um, when we're trying to communicate. If I'm not feeling anything, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not happening. I don't go around saying that I have some kind of ability to just be in tune with the spirits. I have seen some things. They've scared the shit out of me every single time that they do. That doesn't mean that I am perceptive. I think that at certain times, spirits just reach out and they're like, hey, you look interesting, or hey, let me scare the shit out of you. And that's what they do. So, um, no, I mean, just going through our evidence, it's teaching me a lot about some things that I need to be a little bit more proactive at doing. And this is one of those places because there was stuff going on there. I just didn't know it until I took a look at the evidence, and it's already 2 years later, basically, or going on 2 years later. So,
Yeah, I do that all the time. All the time. I mean, we end an investigation, come home and I think, damn, like we should have done this and we should have done that. I think
yeah,
that we always discuss it like that's what we're gonna do and we map it out. And then so I don't know if this happens to you or if it happens to other people, but like when I walk into Walmart, I forget why I'm there because
yeah,
of like the chaos that's going on
yeah.
and just that energy like something it does something to me that I'm like what the I just want to leave. That's all I want
No,
to do.
I don't think that just happens to you, girl. I think that happens to a lot of people.
But
Walmart just does it to you.
I have to have lists when I go shopping, or I will easily get distracted, like caught up on just shopping for things, or the energy of the place will just throw me off, and I'll be like, I just want to get out of here. And I think ghost hunting's no different. Like sometimes you just go in and like you might feel an energy like, man, I really feel connected to this space or drawn to this space, or I don't
Yeah,
feel drawn to this space. I feel like it's bad. And your whole plan goes out the window.
yeah,
Like you think we're going to set up all these experiments and we're going to start here and there and there. And then real quick, it can all just fall apart. So don't
yeah,
ever beat yourself up about that because I think it's just what happens. Like we're trying to talk to something that's coming from another plane of existence. So it's difficult in itself, and some people think even impossible. Not people watching this show, because if they
right.
didn't believe, they wouldn't be watching it. But things can happen, or we can get feelings that throw us off, and then we forget what we're doing. That place, I remember feeling like not really much of anything. Like every once in a while, maybe going into the hallway and feeling kind of like
Yeah,
something like is something watching me like from a distance, but I didn't think they were interacting with us. But I'm not surprised that they actually were, because as many times as we've even been asked when we're with other people, hey, are you getting any vibes, and we feel confident in our answers like no, no, we don't.
mhm, yeah.
And then at times we're like, yeah, we do, I feel like something's here. It,
Well, sometimes is it just the energy in different locations? Because it sometimes it feels like you walk right into a wall.
yeah,
Like it hits you. It's like, well, hey, hello. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe I should. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. And then you kind of expect to have that, spidey sense happen in different places. And when it doesn't, you're like, I guess nothing's happening here, guys. I mean,
I think it's the energy that the spirits are putting off. I really do. I think that when we're really feeling it intensely, it's because the spirits are reacting intensely with whatever emotion, anger, sadness, joy that were there, mostly anger, I'm sure, half the time. I think that's what we're picking up on. And these spirits just seem like they were just kind of watching us. So, like that chill vibe of just kind of like
yeah,
being over here, being like, what are they doing?
yeah. It was.
I'm gonna sit over here so I can see them better. Maybe we're not gonna pick up on that because they're just being so chill.
Mhm. Well, I also thought um, this was a location that wasn't like heavily investigated. Is that right? Uh,
There's that one team that I talked about that goes there a lot, and other than that, they're the only people
mm,
that I know that go there. So,
okay. Well, I mean, so I don't know if that plays into it too. Like we've talked about on past shows, that some places that we've been to have been overly investigated, and we get like hate mail from the spirits. They don't want us there. They want us to leave. No, nobody here was hating on us. I mean, someone asked for somebody else, but I mean, that's like you go to a restaurant, you want a particular waiter. You get your hair cut, you want a personal salon, to do your hair right. Maybe that was the sort of vibe that they were throwing at us, but it was chill. I tried to think, well, we did an investigation the night before, so maybe we went in with lower energy, so we didn't have a lot of energy to give them either. There's all kinds of fucking possibilities, dude. And the only way that we're ever going to get to the bottom of it is if we can lock down a location and do it over and over and over and over and over again until they start asking for us, until our emotions, we go in there amped up, happy, rad feeling, and see if we get the same feeling back, or if we go in and we're all pissed off because Walmart got my order wrong, or your haircut
fucking
was fucked
Walmart.
up, right? You know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I really respect people that do that like investigate the same location over and over again so that they really learn the history. It really sinks in. They're visiting the place all the time. The spirits are
Yeah.
getting comfortable with them. I love all of that. Chris and I live on opposite sides of the country.
Mhm.
So we can't do that. I mean, we can. She could come to me and we could go to the same place over and over again, but we see each other like 2 to 3 times a year. And so, because of that, we do always try to make it kind of like a more exciting, like,
Mhm.
wow,
Pick someone new.
what's on
Yeah.
your bucket list? Let's do that. But
Mhm.
I get that revisiting a place and spending more time there is the way to like truly investigate. What Chris and I do, we use the word investigate a lot, but we're really just experiencing. Like,
Mhm.
they're just our ghost experiences. These are just our ghost experience. I don't know. I mean, like, they're not, we call it an investigation. We say case just like everybody else does because that's the terminology other people use, but they're really just our memories. They're, I don't know what you would
that's
call
that's why it's taking so long for them to get on YouTube,
it.
because they were locked away in there, baby.
There
No,
is,
it is. When we started out, I mean, that's basically what we were doing, is we wanted those experiences. And honestly, that kind of goes back to why I got into paranormal investigating to begin with, because my mom always had those extrasensory perceptions. She would feel something, she would hear something, she would see something out of the corner of her eye, and she would give me those stories. And it was so wild to be like, how does that work for you? How come that doesn't work for me? So that when Wendy and I started going, we were having those experiences. And that's what it was. It was about experiencing the paranormal. It wasn't so much about, uh, okay, it was too. We were trying to document. We wanted to get pictures because we wanted to say, okay, I did experience this. Here's the proof.
oh, yeah. I mean, Shit, when I'm on a family vacation, we take pictures of literally everything because I
Yeah,
know one day I won't have this. So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's the same thing with ghost hunting, like and something amazing could happen and you want to share it. But yeah, uh I'm
yeah.
just saying, you're right. Like if we revisited the same place over and over again, maybe the spirits would be like, "Where's Wendy? Where's Chris? We want Chris," you know? But
Or they could get on the phone, the spirit phone with each other and be like, oh yeah, Chris and Wendy, those girls, they're y'all can talk to them. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Yeah, that's this, y'all could just do that for us too, please, spirits. Y'all can do that. Because going to the same place multiple times is probably not going to happen.
no, not for us, not at this point in our life. We're still just trying to go out there and experience. And we like
Wendy's saying we're near the deathbed ourselves.
no.
we gotta squeeze in whatever place we
No,
can.
I mean like when we're retired
Oh
or
yeah,
some shit like that. And or if we're living in the same state ever, if that ever happens, then we could do something like that. But right now we're
yeah,
about kind of challenging ourselves with exciting new places and ones that have like a history, that
yeah,
the Ghost Adventures went there and it was demons, so we're like, let's go check this out. And
yeah.
then 9 times out of 10, it's not demons and it's not that big of a deal at all. Um,
Nope, there's no
so
demons.
well, that's fun too, is to kind of just see what all the hype
Yeah,
is about and find out for yourself.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of
Like I
debunk
said,
that, but there's always still
mm,
paranormal activity that happens, and that is still just exciting. Even the little huhs or or
yeah.
no,
Mhm. Yeah,
every bit
exactly.
of it. It's like, oh my God, did you hear that?
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited for this, like, because I haven't gotten to that stuff, and who knows when I will. But this
Hmm.
makes me excited to review it. So thank you for sharing. Was that all of
Yeah.
your stuff, or do you have more?
Nope, that's all that I'm sharing tonight. Honestly, I got so caught up on that video with the glitches. I spent so much time on it and so much like, how am I going to show this? How am I going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. So I spent way too much time on that. If there's more, I haven't gotten to it. That's just what I have for now of the train depot out in Globe, Arizona. Um, I will say for more of our experiences, you should go to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe. And just like, I don't know, go down any of our rabbit hole playlists that happen to be out there. I think there's like a bazillion plus, and there's
Sounds about
probably
right.
more. Yeah, right. But yeah, so I was shocked at what I found, but also delighted because the place actually did have something going on, even though we didn't think it was at the time. And it taught me a little bit of a lesson. So hopefully going forward, um, I'll remember to pull out that recorder and be a little bit better of a paranormal investigator. But until then, that's what I've got for you guys. So like I said, like and subscribe our YouTube page. We're also on Instagram and we're on the Facebook and we're on the TikTok. So find us on any of those social media avenues. It's always COTN_paranormal, which is short for Creatures of the Night Paranormal for anyone. I did hear someone call us Cotton Paranormal. That's cool. Uh, that we are from Memphis originally, so Cotton kind of, isn't our roots. But anyways, nothing. I don't think anything out there actually says evidence autopsy unless you go to our Creatures of the Night Paranormal YouTube page and then find us there. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you.
All right, thanks.
All
Bye.
right, bye guys.